Hey everybody, and welcome to OWH Plus, and today we are going to be showing off interesting campaign mode. And one thing to note, we are on version 0.989, so I'm assuming that means the official release should be coming rather soon, I imagine. But today we are going to be using the hero class, and let's see here, we have 2-2 strength, 2-2 agility in order to actually get some comboage off, and one that enhances it's a Masterful Stroke perk actually, if you're familiar with the base version, which increases your critical hit chance. So what we're going to do today is, let me see here, this particular campaign is an interesting one in that every time you get hit, or if you hit something, it bounces back. Pretty ridiculous, and oh, this is awesome. We're actually in the thick of it with one of my favorite soundtracks in this game. So that's pretty fortunate. But yes, pretty much in this campaign, gets a little interesting just because we're not going there. No thank you. I swear, if it's a golem, then, well, that can be bad news. But if you get hit, or if you hit something, it knocks it down, or knocks it back quite a bit. And that can be also very advantageous to you. Okay, that's actually going to be very useful because, well, once we go into Zanora Reeve mode, then pretty much... Ow. Pretty much armor is useless once we use the Nura Weave. And as you can see here, yeah, you get hit, or if you hit something, it does go flying backwards, so you want to keep that in mind, because that also it can mess you up a little bit if you get knocked into a wall, or if you knock something else into a wall, which is actually pretty cool. It's gonna hit me, isn't it? Yeah, I knew it. Alright, there's a lot of things here, jeez. And you also do not want to get knocked into the darkness, because that can also happen fairly easy too. So I mean, just watch yourself, that's all I can really say. And of course the hero class just seems like a welcome class to use in this kind of mode. Now let's get out of here quickly. Wow, okay. Well, that didn't work out the way I thought, but that actually worked out pretty nicely. You can knock enemies into each other, and luckily for those guys, their projectiles don't actually knock you back, thankfully, because that would be really unfortunate if that was the case. But yeah, very interesting results can happen from this. You can knock them back into walls, and it deals actually extra damage, I believe. And if you have like a group of enemies, you can knock them back into each other, dealing additional damage as well. It actually makes the Demon Lord fight a little bit more interesting as well too, because, well, because pretty much you use your the ability to freeze time for 5 rounds, then what was I going to say here? Use that ability to freeze time for 5 rounds. Well, it's not really going to be very useful because, well, you strike them once and then they fly backwards. So, you know, you have to kind of change your strategy a little bit when it comes to tackling such enemies like the Demon Lord. And Sinister Force, I hate these random events so much. But yes, the name of the game is try and keep into the middle of the stage as much as possible. And don't try to lay back too much, because if they knock you back just one time, then you can end up getting engulfed by the darkness, and then, well, goodbye run. Actually, my setup was actually pretty nice, so we don't actually need that. Because the main idea here is once we get to a fight with the Demon Lord, then we're going to just use Zenora Reeve. I don't know why that's such a weird word to pronounce. Shouldn't be, but you know, just goes to show. And also, it's interesting. Ow. Okay, so that's interesting. Oh god, Skeletor. And I have a feeling that's a golem, so I'm not even going to go near that. To do so would just be really uncivilized and horribly bad for me. But for the most part, this playthrough shouldn't be too bad, because I have more of an idea of what I'm actually going to be doing here in order to obtain victory. Because, well, for one thing, when you do build up those castle extensions and you notice that you have additional NPCs that you can place there, well, a way of obtaining certain ones is completing campaigns. So the more you complete, then the more you unlock. Alright, so now let's just finish things off here. Zenora Weave, have the power, get the power. And we're totally not the sprite we used to be. And we really don't even have clothes on for that matter. Alright, but anyways, as you can see here, he gets knocked back. And actually this could last a couple times. Alright, so let's freeze time here. I mean, that's the name of the game here. You're just... We can deal the damage alright, but it's very for naught if you can't hit them at all. And also, one thing you'll notice is that, well, a lot of time does get consumed. So you'll find that it'll take a couple tries before you can actually get him. The next time we do encounter him, though, he will roughly have the same amount of health, so it's not like he's going to regain all of his health back and undo all the progress that we just made here. So this will take quite a bit, at least a couple tries, before we finally slay him for good. And I know an area that's going to be kind of annoying will be once we get to, I guess, what is it, the volcanic lands? At least that's my interpretation of it. Because you have all the lava pits, and if you get knocked into it, then bad things happen. And as you can see here, that knockback is really paying off here, big time. Just made that fight a piece of cake. I mean, the mandatory ambush, you know, I love those so much since the base version, since like day one of making these videos. And I do not regret it one bit, because this game is so addicting. I mean, you would think maybe it's a little repetitive, but I don't know, there's still a lot more challenge that's yet to be had in this game. I mean, I still have to get good with some classes, such as the Force users. That in itself is a different kind of gameplay that I'm not quite used to yet. I mean, you have to be... Oh, those guys, haven't seen them in a while. You have to be a bit more evasive with the, the Force user. But if you can manage your meditations right, and, you know, space it out a bit, then you should be able to do pretty well with the Force user. Then, you know, other ones that are more adept to climbing mountains and crossing rivers, well, oh, thank God I didn't kill any innocent creatures. You know, things like adventurers or perhaps hunters might be more of a suitable example here. For those kind of players, I could imagine what I guess a good technique would be, or a good tactic would be to, let's use that, would be to, here, let me see, what am I trying to say here? Would be, you know, take advantage of those terrains and you attack from a distance. Unless the creature is flying, then you're not going to be having like a whole lot of trouble, you know, taking care of those kind of beasts. Alright, so this is the area that can be a little bit troublesome. And we have the Demon Lord, so let's continue off this fight. And hopefully we don't get knocked back though. Ow. There we go, just Ow! Ow! That hits pretty hard. Alright, so this is not where we want to be. The lava is pretty bad. Very bad. We're just smacking him up pretty well. Oh, he's done. You're toast. Ow. Well, the bat kind of saved me there. And as always, though, he has to leave, and that bat is... It's been a pain in my butt there. But let's really try... Oh, great. Sinister Forces. Again. Sinister Forces, I'm starting to love you a lot, man. As long as we don't get Skeletor, then I'm fine. And, you know what? I'm pretty confident in this run, so I'm not going to need that save. So thank you anyways. Alright, so enemies that have the 2x modifier to them, they can be kind of annoying because you have to kind of space out things a bit. Because if, you know, if you make the wrong step, you can very well be hit back and, well, tossed into a pit of lava. And who really wants that, right? And those guys, I hate enemies that can attack from a range. It's just really obnoxious. And luckily, no Skeletors. And I was ready to, you know, just run into one in good fashion. It's like, the second you say that you haven't run into a certain creature, well, all of a sudden, oh, there they are. Alright, so we can definitely take... You jerk. We can definitely make, take advantage of, this room greatly here. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's, get out of here. That was surprisingly really dangerous there. I did not think I would take so much abuse. So that was, pretty shocking there. The thing I love about this form, the Zenura form, is that your HP tends to go up pretty nicely. And your evasiveness and all that good stuff makes the demon fight, well, Demon Lord fight a lot easier. Just mishmashing my words here a lot. But, as you'll find here, the more encounters you do get into with the Demon Lord, I don't know, you're already at a pretty beefy point in the game that you don't really have to worry about losing that much. Ah! I knew that was going to happen. Luckily my sword doesn't mess around. You know what? Just for future runs, we might want to... Never mind, we're not going to take that. I thought I would, but... I would want to grab that, but... I simply don't have the time to do so. Ow. Jerk. How'd that feel? You just killed your buddy. This is kind of entertaining in terms of a playthrough here. I mean, this campaign is pretty interesting. I mean, God knows, you can easily just get knocked back into the darkness and lose that way. And that's kind of embarrassing. A very embarrassing way to go about losing. And of course I'm cursed, thank you. And an axe, I would love to grab more axes here, but... Oh, sealed key, yes, we'll need a lot of those. We're gonna need plenty of those. I mean, trust me, one of these days we will find a holy shrine and we'll need one, so... Of course, strangely enough, I haven't been really looking for one. Yeah, there we go, that felt good. Yeah, strangely enough, I haven't run into one of those holy shrines yet. Haven't had the need to use a sealed key, but that will change eventually. Very certain of it. But this run will be coming to an end soon enough because, well, Demon Lord should be a... Well, you know, besides this, Ow. It's a bad way to go though. You just get knocked into your buddy and that's how you die. That's demoralizing. And we don't need clothes really, so that's fine. Now let's equip the better shield here, just in case, you never know. Yeah, let's not. I have a bad feeling about that one already. There's always a pickup that I grab, or an item that I grab. I think it's a scroll too, and it's a particular one that deals a lot of damage to everybody, including yourself. And I've had the misfortune of doing that when I had a little health, and God knows that's my own fault for not being able to read much. But ow. But yeah, it's sometimes really comical when it does happen. I just all of a sudden use that scroll just out of pure boredom for the most part, and then, or curiosity, whichever you want to say. And then before you know it, bam, you're dead. You're just simply dead. Ah, weapon stealer. Let's eat that quickly, and I don't know, maybe we can see what you have here. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that actually. Makes all this look like crap for the most part. And actually, might want to stock up in that. Thought I had more valuable diamonds than that. Save crystal. Oh, there we go. That's a big ticket item. But I still have to make room for stuff here, so let's see. Okay, and that's almost broken, so I'm not gonna miss that. And how about this? Yeah, but I can't say no to this shield. Are you serious? I just need to get identified and then I'll be in business. Hopefully it might be in that little square up ahead. Hey, you got a problem? Mr. Harpy? Most hated enemies in this game. Well, that and the dragon. Dragons, I already know what I'm dealing with, but the harpies are just... they're there regardless. I mean, if you want them or not, they're just there. Alright, so let's buy all the arrows you got, because, well, God knows, it's going to be very important for a hunter playthrough. Oh, there's... okay, so it's worth some money, so that's good. We'll make some money here. We'll make a little bit of money. Oh, there we go. I was waiting for this guy. Well, that's not really kosher. Alright, so let's freeze time a little bit here. Something broke, didn't it? Yeah, my sword broke, didn't it? Yes, it did. Well, I'm really good with my hands, so... well, it won't matter because we'll still be able to beat him regardless. So I'm really not scared here. Freeze time and do this in good style. Bam! And he's dead. And the bear is still alive, so, anyone hoping the bear would not be harmed, well, there you go. Although I don't think there's such people. And with that, we have completed this particular campaign, which is a little comical in itself. I mean, God knows, the first time I played it, I was not expecting to be just simply knocked back. And I'm not sure whether that resulted in me getting swallowed by the darkness, or whether it was me just falling into a lava pit by accident. I believe that can happen. It's been a while since the last time I humiliated myself by dying in such a fashion, but anyways, that is this particular campaign for you. And just one of the many new campaigns that are available in this Plus version. Other ones I think I showed off was Dark World, in which, well, everything's dark all day long. Enemies, you remember the enemies that are shrouded in darkness. Well, there's there is a campaign where everything is swallowed up by that darkness, so that one is interesting too. I think I did a playthrough of that, but you know, I have to go back to the recordings and see. And well, we've seen the credits a million times, so you know, let's just listen to the nice comforting music here. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. I think it'd be worthwhile to show off, you know, in addition to all the new characters, showing them off in more detail, you know, showing off the kind of campaigns that you can run into in this game, because there are some brand new ones as opposed to the base version. And let's get to our favorite little picture here. Oh yeah, first we have to, you know, feel good about ourselves here. 196.9 level. A for level, B for distance, 387 kilometers, huh? And let's see here, triple S and an S, that's pretty nice. I'm not gonna complain about that. And just some things that are identified. Let's see, let's skip out on that for a second here. And let's buy some more points here. We need more space, like I always say. Get it even if you don't need it. Well, I do need it though, so let's see here. Okay, so this is what we have in the dimensional vault. I kind of regret picking up this staff, 18 durability. I can't justify having that ever, but this, yes. Yes, sir. And the sealed key, that is always a good idea. Regardless of what you think, you always want that. Unless you have Frida, then that's also really nice. And I mean, a save crystal, that could be nice, but I try not to use I don't know, I try not to use the dimensional vault all that much, but the Nayuta fruit, that could be good. Get into a Dosi quest, then that's always a good idea. But let's go into our favorite picture here. Guy with the magical sword. And yes, that has been this pretty entertaining campaign, I would say. One of many to come, of course. And I guess in the next episode, we'll go ahead and show off a new one. See how we do, of course. And as always, thank you everybody for watching. And I will see you next time.